My story begins after my parents divorced. They wanted to co-parent and live in the same house. They decided to move to a new city in Valencia, Venezuela around 2006 to 2007. We finally settled in this house that was really close to my new school. This house was inside a close-gated neighborhood. Our house was the last one on the street, and had a koi pond, a huge tree in the entrance that made the house look more shaded. It was a big one-story house, with 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Right when we came inside, the house gave me a really weird creepy vibe. My room was next to my dad's bathroom and bedroom. My dad's bathroom had a big, cool shower that had glass doors. There was no roof, only a mesh roof, but still rainwater and small leaves would get inside sometimes. I really liked taking showers there. I had to get inside my dad's room to use the bathroom, and I always felt like there was a really welcoming bad vibe in his room. He was always the coldest room in the whole house. I didn't like being in his room because of that. I used to enter and leave in a rush every time I used his bathroom. When we moved, we had some boxes and things in the studio go missing. My mom couldn't find them ever again. My mom and my siblings started seeing black shadows in different parts of the house. We always have the feeling of being watched, in an unwelcoming feeling. There was this day I was in the studio using the computer. You could see the studio through a window in the living room. My brother was in the living room when he saw a man behind me watching what I was doing. One afternoon, I was in my room doing my homework and listening to music. Suddenly, I heard someone pounding with their face on my window really hard. I was really scared. I was frozen for a moment until I thought maybe someone was breaking into the house. It had happened before. I opened the window, but I didn't see anything. I decided to look in the backyard since you could see the backyard from my window. I saw a woman running really fast to her right. She had long hair. She was wearing a long dress. She was translucent. There was this time that I was checking myself in the mirror instead of seeing my reflection. I saw someone else. He quickly disappeared. I stayed in the house when my mom went out for groceries. I was doing my homework and suddenly I felt someone watching me. The air felt heavy. I got really scared. I called my mom. When I called her, someone glared really close to me. I ran and waited outside my house until my mom arrived. Another time, I was in my mom's room when suddenly I had chills on my whole body. I felt someone scratch my arm. I experienced a lot of sleep paralysis in this house. My sister also had a few experiences in this house. She was in her room with her family dog. When he started growling and barking, my sister saw a girl with black hair and white dress walking around and disappear quickly. During a thunderstorm on this day, my sister was in the bathroom, and when she stepped out, lightning struck nearby. The lip steamed, and when it came back, she saw the girl again. There was a fire that occurred once. For some unknown reason, luckily, a gardener and other neighbors helped taking the fire down. After all these occurrences, we had a friend whose aunt read tarot cards. I was really skeptical. When she read mine, she said there was an evil entity sent from an ex-girlfriend of my dad. She was a Santira. She sent evil spirits to keep us away from my dad because she was jealous of my mom, my sister, and my relationship. And there was one spirit that was in love with my dad. They also mentioned that I had a third eye and I was able to feel more of these paranormal activities. A few months later, we had to move out because our lease had ended. We moved to a new house, which was a very calm, but things didn't stop. My mom was in the kitchen. She saw this girl with black hair and white long dress. She thought it was me, and she was asking her to put away the groceries, but she ignored her and then disappeared. I was always a target when I was doing my homework. This time, the girl walked in the hallway in front of my room and quickly disappeared again. It was another time that I was really upset. I was ripping some old pictures and I was going to harm myself with a small scissor. I went through depression and had a tendency to self-harm during these years. I had on my table the scissor, but suddenly it moved away and it fell on the ground. It was really strange because I thought, did I move it by accident? But it was not in the edge of the table. I didn't feel anything strange. But I don't know, maybe somebody was trying to protect me, or maybe something was just there trying to do something and just fell. After these things stopped happening, my dad, he just didn't believe us and he thinks we were just crazy. My mom, she really thinks something was going on in the house and she had her experiences. Not as much as me and my sister. We were like the ones that had more things. My family, they all believed that something was going on in that house. I talked to a friend who was a neighbor in that first house. He says there was something going on in the house, but they didn't know what happened. The owners of the house, they sell it for a cooking class that didn't work after they did the clandestine casino. Now it's a restaurant.